Hey guys! Today, we're doing something a little radical. We're not accepting that waking up drenched in sweat or feeling like your knees belong to someone else is just part of getting older. Because guess what? You probably won't survive this phase of life comfortably if your evening routine consists of nothing but brushing your teeth and mentally arguing with your pillow. So before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And while you're here, tell me, where are you tuning in from and what time is it? Let's see how many of us are battling bedtime in different time zones. Now let's listen to our bodies and start the journey with me. So here's the thing, women over 50 deal with a very particular brand of nighttime chaos. 1 minute you're ready to drift off, the next minute you're drenched. Your legs are twitching, your hips ache from just lying there, and your mind is giving you a full slideshow of every embarrassing thing you've ever said since 1996. Sound familiar? A lot of it traces back to shifting hormones, especially estrogen. Once it starts dipping, your internal thermostat stops cooperating. Temperature regulation, out the window. Muscle and joint ease. Hit or miss, sleep quality. Somewhere between meh and what sleep now. While we can't exactly rewind your hormonal clock, what we can do is support your body, so it doesn't feel like it's doing it all alone. And that's where the bedtime smoothie comes in. We're not talking about sugary fruit slushies or trendy detox shots. These blends are intentional. Each ingredient serves a purpose, whether it's calming your nervous system, feeding your muscles, minerals they're begging for, or supporting gentle hormone balance while you sleep. Why smoothies? Because they're easy, they digest well, and when done right, they're like an edible lullaby. You're giving your body the exact nutrients it needs in a form it can use without keeping your digestion revved up all night. Nutritionists still debate whether certain ingredients have clinically proven effects on sleep. But you know what's not up for debate: how it feels when your body is hydrated, mineral-rich and supported. Less stiffness, fewer sweats, deeper rest. We'll be walking through 7 specific bedtime smoothie recipes, and each one targets something different. One will help reduce hot flashes and regulate your core temperature. Another will soothe stiff joints and aching knees. A third will support digestion and keep midnight bloating away. Some will help lower cortisol, calm racing thoughts, or balance nighttime blood sugar swings. It's a full-body strategy served in a glass. And don't worry, these aren't complicated. You're not out here hunting for exotic ingredients or buying $40 powders. We're working with what's in your fridge, freezer, and pantry. Think bananas, spinach flax, Tart cherries, coconut, turmeric, real accessible stuff. So if you're tired of waking up 5 times a night, or feeling like your body's fighting against you when all you want is rest, I've got you. Stick with me through the next few sections. You'll come away with practical, delicious tools you can use tonight. And maybe, just maybe, you'll start loving bedtime again. You pull open the freezer, and there they are. Tart cherries, dark red and glistening with frost, just waiting to be turned into something soothing. You toss them into the blender with a banana slice, a splash of almond milk, and one curious little Brazil nut. You hit blend. It hums. And what you're creating isn't just a smoothie, it's a bedtime hormone whisperer. This blend is all about melatonin joint relief and overnight thyroid support. In other words, the things your 3 a.m. self has been begging for. Let's start with Tart cherries. They might be small, but they're packing a secret weapon, natural melatonin. Not a supplement, not synthetic, just real plant-based sleep support. Your brain knows exactly what to do with it. You sip, your bloodstream absorbs, and your pineal gland gives a tiny fist bump. But Tart cherries go beyond just sleep. They're rich in anthocyanins compounds that help reduce inflammation. If your knees feel like they've been on a Stairmaster even though you barely left the couch, this is the soothing agent you didn't know you needed. It works gradually, like sending tiny peacekeepers into your joints. Now let's talk about that Brazil nut. It might look like nothing, but this little nut is one of the richest sources of selenium, a mineral your thyroid absolutely needs to function properly. And your thyroid. It's a key player in body temperature regulation and hormone balance. Just one Brazil nut a day is often enough to hit your selenium goals. You don't need a handful, just one, maybe two if you're feeling bold. Nutritionists still debate whether one nut a day is a magic fix or just a good habit. But here's what they do agree on: women over 50 are often low in selenium, and supporting your thyroid is a major step in improving sleep, mood, and metabolism. And if you're wondering, will one little smoothie actually do all that? Well, not instantly. But when you give your body the right tools consistently, it stops panicking. That alone is worth it. Here's the unexpected benefit: this combo also helps with overnight blood sugar regulation. Tart cherries have a low glycemic load, and the healthy fats from the Brazil nut help slow digestion just enough to keep your insulin steady through the night. That means fewer random wake-ups caused by a sugar crash. Here's how to build it. 3 Bectors 4 cup frozen Tart cherries. 1-2 frozen banana for creaminess and gentle sweetness. 1 dar Brazil nuts. 1 cup unsweetened almond milk, or any non-dairy milk you love. Optional: a dash of cinnamon for blood sugar support and cozy flavor. Blend until smooth and slightly thick. The color deep pink. The taste slightly tangy, subtly nutty, and incredibly satisfying. Like if a cherry pie became health conscious and got a therapist. This smoothie is perfect for the nights where your body feels wound tight, your mood's on edge, and you just want everything to settle. You drink it slowly. You exhale. Your muscles soften. Your heart rate calms. And best of all, when you wake up the next morning, it won't be with the usual pop, pop, pop of stiff joints reminding you they still exist. You'll stand up. You'll stretch. And your body, it'll feel a little more like yours again. You slice up half a cucumber and immediately feel more hydrated just looking at it. Add in a few fresh mint leaves, a tablespoon of ground flaxseed, and a small wedge of green apple for balance. It's crisp. It's green. It's the kind of smoothie that says, we're cooling things down tonight. And that's exactly what it does. Cool your system, reduce bloating, calm cramps, and gently support hormone detox, so you're not up at midnight wondering why your legs are throbbing or your belly feels like a balloon. Let's begin with cucumber. We all know it's high in water content, about 95%, but what makes it powerful for bedtime is how it hydrates. Cucumber doesn't just flood you with water. It provides electrolytes like potassium and magnesium that actually help your body retain hydration in the right places inside your cells where it matters most. When you're dealing with night sweats, hydration isn't about drinking gallons of water. It's about smart hydration. And cucumber brings that kind of hydration to the table, helping keep tissues' supple digestion moving and muscle cramps at bay. Then there's mint. Underestimated, often forgotten, but incredibly useful, especially for women over 50. Mint supports natural estrogen detox, meaning it helps your liver break down and clear out leftover hormones that may be overstimulating your system and causing those surprise night heat waves. Mint also soothes your digestive tract and calms smooth muscle spasms. So if you've ever laid in bed, clutching your lower belly or rubbing your calves, mint says, I've got this. Now let's talk flaxseed. But not whole flax, you need it ground to get the benefits. This tiny seed is a fiber bomb and a phytoestrogen powerhouse. That just means it gently supports hormone balance in a way that's especially helpful during perimenopause and menopause. Phytoestrogens don't replace your estrogen. They mimic it just enough to take the edge off those extreme dips that cause hot flashes, mood swings, and nighttime restlessness. Nutritionists still debate how powerful flax really is in small doses, but countless women swear by it. And when added to your bedtime smoothie, It becomes part of your daily hormone reset. But wait, there's more. Yes, I went full infomercial voice there. Flax also improves gut motility. Translation, you poop better. That matters more than you think. Your colon is one of the main pathways your body uses to get rid of excess hormones. If you're backed up, estrogen gets reabsorbed and the cycle of chaos continues. Add a little green apple, and suddenly your smoothie has a fiber boost, a gentle tart sweet finish, and a natural prebiotic to feed your gut bacteria. You didn't just make a drink. You made a gut hormone cooling machine. Here's how to make this crisp, clean blend: 1-2 peeled cucumber, 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed, a handful of fresh mint leaves, 1:4 to 1:2 green apple chopped, 3 bobas 4-cup cold water or unsweetened coconut water. Optional splash of lime juice or pinch of sea salt. Blend until smooth and light. No sludge, just refreshment. The texture is thinner than your average smoothie, which makes it perfect for people who want something light and not overly creamy at night. This blend is ideal for warm nights, cranky hormones, or those times when your digestive system is giving off quiet protest energy. You sip it and feel your core temperature lower gently, like a fan in smoothie form. And you notice your legs stop twitching, your belly settles, and your body isn't screaming anymore. This isn't just cooling your skin, it's cooling you, the part of you that's been overheated and overwhelmed, the part of you that just wants to rest without interruption. And in the morning, you might find yourself waking up without the usual puffiness, without the cramps, and maybe, just maybe, without the sweat-soaked t-shirt. You cut into a papaya, and the color practically glows sunset orange with a soft tropical scent that makes your whole kitchen feel warmer. Into the blender it goes, followed by a small slice of fresh ginger and a few good glugs of kefir. You pause. This feels indulgent, but it's also secretly genius. This smoothie is your gut-soothing, joint-cushioning, hormone-supporting night tonic. Especially for those nights when you feel inflamed from the inside out, whether it's your knees, your belly, or your brain chemistry. Let's start with papaya. Often overlooked, but honestly, it's one of the most underrated anti-inflammatory fruits out there. Thanks to an enzyme called papaya, helps you break down proteins more effectively. That's a big deal when your digestion slows with age, and your body needs help pulling the most out of your meals, especially if your last one was dinner 3 hours ago and it's still sitting like a brick. Beyond digestion, papaya is loaded with vitamin C, and that's your secret weapon for overnight collagen synthesis. Your body doesn't just repair tissues randomly, it needs raw materials. Vitamin C is one of them, and papaya brings it in a soft, sweet, easy-to-digest package. This helps your skin joints and even blood vessels do maintenance while you sleep. Now, bring in ginger. You already know it's warming and soothing, but what makes ginger a nighttime superhero is its ability to reduce muscle pain and soreness. Gingerols. The main active compounds work on inflammation, like a heat pack from the inside. If your body feels tender after a normal day, just walking, lifting groceries, existing, ginger says, let's take care of that. Nutritionists still debate how much ginger is needed for a true therapeutic effect, but the anecdotal evidence is pretty overwhelming. Add it consistently, and you'll likely notice your joints creak less, and your digestion feels a little more polite. And then there's kefir, the creamy, slightly tangy fermented drink that your gut absolutely loves. Kefir is loaded with probiotics, but what makes it different from yogurt is the diversity of those bacteria. We're talking 30-plus strains, not just a couple. These tiny workers help rebuild your microbiome, improve nutrient absorption, and even support serotonin production, which your body converts into melatonin, your sleep hormone. And if you're someone who battles bloating irregularity, or feels like your gut is just not vibing, kefir brings the chill. It helps balance everything out, so you're not up at night with tightness gas or that vague I feel weird sensation in your belly. Unexpected benefit. This blend also helps with fluid retention. Papaya is a natural diuretic and lymphatic supporter, which means it helps move excess water out of your system, particularly helpful if you tend to wake up feeling puffy in your hands, feet, or face. Here's how to make this island in a glass 3/4 cup ripe papaya, fresh or frozen, 1-2 teaspoon fresh grated ginger, 3/4 cup plain, kefir dairy or non-dairy your choice. Optional 1-4 frozen banana or mango for extra creaminess. Optional a pinch of cinnamon or turmeric for added anti-inflammatory power. Blend until silky, the texture velvety, the flavor sweet, slightly spicy, and wonderfully grounding. It feels like comfort. It tastes like ease. This smoothie is your go-to when you've had a heavier day, whether that's physical strain or emotional overwhelm. It's for the nights when your belly is a bit touchy, your joints ache just from living, or you simply want to wrap your insides in something warm and helpful. You sip it slowly, and you can almost feel the inflammation cooling down your muscles, unclenching your stomach, going, okay. I'm okay now. And when you wake up, you'll feel like you actually rested, like the tension went somewhere, instead of coming with you into the next morning. You reach for a handful of spinach. It's not glamorous. It doesn't smell tropical or look Insta-worthy, but it's about to do more for your nerves and muscles than any expensive powder ever could. You add a ripe avocado, a spoonful of pumpkin seeds, and a splash of almond milk. You blend. What comes out isn't a salad. It's a creamy, dreamy green velvet you'll want to drink in your comfiest pajamas. This smoothie is a magnesium-loaded nighttime relaxer, perfect for those evenings when your body feels tense, your mind won't quiet down, and your limbs are buzzing like they drank a triple espresso. But of course they didn't. You've been good. Let's start with spinach. Yes, it's leafy. Yes, it's a nutritional overachiever. But the star of the show here is magnesium, the mineral that helps your muscles relax, your nerves settle, and your sleep deepen. After 50, magnesium levels often drop thanks to hormonal shifts and stress. And your body feels it. Cramps, stiffness, restlessness, even teeth grinding at night. Often signs that you're low on magnesium, and spinach brings it in a form your body knows exactly how to use. Now blend in the avocado. Besides making your smoothie rich and satisfying, avocado offers healthy fats, vitamin E, and a hefty dose of potassium, another electrolyte that helps regulate fluid balance and muscle function. It doesn't just fill you up, it tells your nervous system you're safe, now. Plus, fat is essential for absorbing fat-soluble vitamins, so that lovely vitamin E and magnesium from the spinach avocado's the delivery van that makes sure it gets to the right place. Enter pumpkin seeds. These little green gems are one of the most zinc-rich and magnesium-dense plant foods on the planet. Zinc plays a big role in hormone production and immune repair while you sleep. It also helps your brain regulate neurotransmitters like GABA, which promotes calmness and reduces the mental chatter that keeps you from drifting off. Nutritionists still debate whether food-based zinc is absorbed as well as supplements. But if you're getting it from seeds paired with fats and greens, you've already built a super absorbable combo. Also bonus, you'll notice fewer 2 a.m. wake-ups, feeling like your brain is rehearsing a TED Talk. Now for the unexpected benefit. This smoothie is great for reducing morning stiffness. Thanks to the anti-inflammatory properties in vitamin E and the tissue-supporting minerals from the seeds and greens, you may notice less creaking and cracking as you roll out of bed. Instead of shuffling to the bathroom like a 1920s prospector, you might just glide. Okay, almost glide. Here's your green bedtime powerhouse. 1 handful fresh spinach, baby, or mature, both work. Orda ripi avocado. 1 tablespoon shelled pumpkin seeds. 1 or 2 frozen banana for creaminess and light sweetness. 3/4 cup unsweetened almond or oat milk. Optional pinch of sea salt or cinnamon. Blend until smooth and thick. The flavor earthy, nutty, and oddly comforting. Not overly sweet, just right, like something you trust. This is the smoothie for nights when your muscles feel tight, your brain is fidgety, and your breath never quite drops into your belly. It's for the evenings when your joints feel like they need oiling and your mood's fraying at the edges. You drink it slowly. You feel your shoulders drop your jaw, loosen your thoughts, uncoil just a little. Your legs stop bouncing. And then finally, your mind whispers, "Maybe we can sleep now." And in the morning, you don't wake up in a full-body clench. You don't feel like you spent the night bracing against a storm. You feel steady, open, possible. You reach into the freezer, pull out a bag of blueberries, and hear that soft clink as they hit the blender. Deep purple cold, and already smelling slightly sweet. You steep a chamomile tea bag in just enough hot water, let it cool, and pour that in too. Add a splash of oat milk and a touch of honey. The blender whirls. And just like that, you've made a sleep potion in disguise, one that your muscles' hormones and blood sugar levels will thank you for. This smoothie is the one you reach for when your body feels tight. Your belly's bloated, and you just know you'll be waking up at 2:47 a.m. if you don't do something different tonight. Let's start with the blueberries. These little beauties are antioxidant powerhouses, especially rich in anthocyanins compounds that help reduce inflammation and support the small blood vessels that feed your muscles and brain. They don't just taste good, they actually protect you from the inside out. But the real magic blueberries support blood sugar stability, a major key to deep, uninterrupted sleep. Spikes and crashes in blood sugar, even slight ones, can kickstart cortisol release, which pulls you right out of deep sleep and dumps you into that annoying half-awake twilight zone. A small fiber-rich fruit like blueberry keeps things level, so your body doesn't go into emergency mode halfway through the night. Now enter chamomile. This isn't just a tea grandma swears by, it's a full-on nervous system soother. Chamomile contains apigenin, a flavonoid that gently binds to GABA receptors in your brain, helping to quiet everything down without knocking you out. It's like a bedtime story, but for your neurons. Nutritionists still debate how much apigenin you actually get from steeping tea versus extracts. But the calming ritual of sipping chamomile, especially blended into a cold, creamy drink, works on both physical and emotional levels. Next, let's not forget the oat milk. Why oat? Because oats contain beta-glucans, a type of soluble fiber that helps keep blood sugar stable digestion smooth and your gut bacteria humming happily in the background. Oats also contain a small amount of melatonin, giving you one more nudge toward dreamland. Top it off with a teaspoon of raw honey. And here's where things get interesting. Honey helps restock liver glycogen, which acts like an energy buffer during sleep. This prevents your brain from panicking about fuel in the middle of the night, which surprise often triggers wake-ups. Here's your cool-down, wind-down blend. 1/2 cup frozen blueberries, 1 chamomile tea bag steeped in 1/4 cup water and cooled, 3/4 cup oat milk, 1 teaspoon raw honey, optional but dreamy, optional pinch of lavender or nutmeg for extra calming magic. Blend until smooth pale purple and just thick enough to sip slowly. It smells like a field at dusk. It tastes like softness. This smoothie is perfect for those nights when your digestion feels off, your anxiety is humming under the surface, and your brain won't shut up about emails from 3 days ago. It helps you transition from doing to being, from uptight to offline. And the unexpected benefit: muscle repair. Blueberries and oats both support post-activity recovery. So if you've walked a little more stretched a little too deep, or maybe just carried too many grocery bags, this blend quietly helps your tissues bounce back overnight. You drink it, and slowly your jaw unclenches. Your stomach stops being weird. Your eyes feel heavier, but in the best way. Then you wake up, no bloating, no tossing, no tangled sheets. Just a quiet morning, and a body that's ready to start again. You peel a banana, soft and fragrant, the kind with just the right number of freckles. You toss it into the blender with a spoonful of almond butter, a splash of oat milk, and here's where it gets interesting, a pinch of golden turmeric. Blend it all together, and what you've got is more than a smoothie. It's a moon milk remix, a warm, nutty, softly spiced blend that works like a lullaby for your joints, hormones, and mood. This one is for those nights when your body feels worn and your thoughts just won't shut up. When your hips are sore, your back is tight, and your whole system is throwing off "I need a reset" energy. Start with the banana. Sweet, creamy, rich in potassium. Yes, but more importantly, it contains tryptophan. That's the amino acid that turns into serotonin, which then becomes melatonin, which tells your brain to stop scrolling and go to sleep. It's the natural chain reaction your body already knows how to follow. You're just giving it the fuel. And that natural sweetness. It's just enough to trigger a gentle insulin release. Don't worry. Not a spike, which actually helps tryptophan cross the blood-brain barrier more easily. Translation: you feel sleepier sooner. Then comes almond butter, or soaked almonds if you're blending from scratch. These nuts bring in healthy fats, magnesium, and vitamin E, a trio that reduces inflammation, supports brain calm, and helps rebuild tissues while you rest. Plus, almonds contain a little bit of protein, which helps keep your blood sugar steady all night long. You know that weird thing where you wake up at 4 a.m. feeling kind of hungry, but not really. That's often your blood sugar taking a dive. Almonds gently say, "Not tonight." Now the star of this golden blend, turmeric. Turmeric is famous for its anti-inflammatory powers thanks to curcumin, its active compound. But what makes it special here is how it reduces nociceptive sensitivity. That's a fancy way of saying it dulls the brain's pain signals. After a few nights of this blend, you might notice that your knees creak less, and your lower back feels, well, not young exactly, but a little more forgiving. Nutritionists still debate whether you need black pepper to absorb curcumin fully. In this case, the almond butter or oat milk provides enough fat to help it along. No spice burn required. The unexpected benefit. This smoothie also helps support hormone balance, especially if you're feeling irritable, edgy, or emotionally off at bedtime. The combo of tryptophan, healthy fats, magnesium, and anti-inflammatories helps regulate cortisol levels and smooth out those sharp hormonal swings that make you want to cry at commercials or snap at your slippers. Here's how to make this golden sleep blend. 1 ripe banana. 1 tablespoon almond butter or 6 soaked almonds. 2 teaspoon ground turmeric. 3 to 4 cup warm oat milk or almond milk. Optional pinch of cinnamon or cardamom. Optional tiny drop of vanilla or raw honey for comfort. Blend until it's creamy golden and just warm enough to sip slowly. Not hot like tea. Not cold like a shake. Just right like a hug in liquid form. This is the smoothie for nights when you feel sore, cranky, overstimulated, or just done. When you need to be held, but by food. You sip it. You feel safe. Your breathing slows. Your body stops bracing. And when you wake up, there's less tension, less inflammation, more grace, more space to move through your morning, like someone who actually rested. That's the power of a warm golden banana almond hug at bedtime. You pull out a zucchini, not exactly the most glamorous ingredient in your kitchen, right? It's usually the veggie you sneak into a stir-fry or shred into bread. But tonight, it's getting the spotlight. You pair it with a dollop of thick coconut cream toss in a spoonful of ashwagandha powder and add a bit of plant milk. Blend. Sip. Pause. Suddenly, your smoothie feels more like a reset button than a drink. This one's for the nights where you feel like your stress response has gone rogue. When your brain's wired, your heart's racing at random, and your sleep feels miles away. Zucchini, tannas, coconut, 6, und ashwagandha. The calm you've been missing. Let's start with zucchini. It might not have the fanfare of blueberries or the sleep reputation of banana, But don't underestimate this low-sugar, high-fiber, water-rich gem. It blends into creamy smoothness, brings potassium, and best of all, it's ridiculously gut-friendly. That means no bloating, no digestive drama, no late-night stomach flipping. Zucchini's soft alkalinity also helps calm mild inflammation and gives your body hydration in a form that sticks not just water in, water out. Especially helpful for anyone waking up thirsty, crampy, or with that dry mouth, fuzzy head combo. Then there's coconut cream. Not the canned sugary stuff, just the thick part from full-fat coconut milk. It's rich in MCT's medium-chain triglycerides, which your brain loves as fuel. These fats don't spike blood sugar and are used almost immediately for cognitive calm and steady energy. And when you give your brain fat at bedtime, it doesn't panic about running out of fuel. That means fewer middle-of-the-night wake-ups with racing thoughts or restless legs that want to reenact a ballet. But here's the magic ingredient, ashwagandha. It's an adaptogen, a special class of herbs that help your body adjust to physical and emotional stress. And women over 50, we're doing a lot of that. Ashwagandha helps regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that peaks and crashes and loves to ruin your sleep, by sending you an adrenaline surge at 3 a.m. for absolutely no reason. Nutritionists still debate exactly how much and how often you need to take ashwagandha to see full results. But even conservative experts agree, when used consistently in small amounts, it helps your HPA axis. That's the brain-adrenal connection chill out. What you might notice first, a deeper exhale, a slightly calmer bedtime, and over time, fewer fake emergencies in the middle of the night. The unexpected benefit ashwagandha has been linked to thyroid support, especially in cases of sluggish or borderline low thyroid function. That matters for women over 50, when metabolic shifts can mess with sleep weight and temperature regulation. This blend supports that too. Here's how to build your stress-melting blend: 1 to 2 small zucchini, peeled for smooth texture, 1 tablespoon coconut cream, or 1/4 cup full-fat coconut milk, 1 to 2 teaspoon ashwagandha powder, 1 to 2 frozen banana, or 1/4 avocado, optional for texture, 3 to 4 cup almond or oat milk, optional cinnamon, vanilla, or a touch of maple for flavor. Blend until creamy, soft, and pale green. It's not sweet. It's not loud. It's subtle, like something a wellness monk would drink before meditating in a cabin. This is your smoothie for the wired but tired nights. When your body feels spent, but your brain is still rehearsing imaginary arguments or solving world problems no one asked you to solve. When you want to rest, but can't release. You sip. You stop gripping. Your heart rate slows. You might not even notice the change until you wake up the next morning and realize, hey, I slept. No drama, no wild dreams. Just you, your breath, and the slow return to a nervous system that remembers how to feel safe. So here we are, 8 smoothies later. You've blended your way through cherry-powered sleep flax, cooled hot flashes, ginger-smoothed joints, and a surprisingly luxurious zucchini ashwagandha combo that probably changed your mind about vegetables at bedtime forever. But now it's time to ask the real question: how do you make this a habit? Because if you're anything like most women over 50, you don't need another trend. You don't need another 7-day miracle plan or a Pinterest-perfect bedtime ritual that takes 90 minutes and involves moon water. What you do need is something real, something you can actually do, something that works. Here's your first win: pick 2 to 3 smoothies that spoke to your body. Maybe it was the banana almond turmeric hug that finally made your knees stop complaining. Maybe it was the cucumber mint flax blend that cooled your core temperature and let you sleep without flipping the covers 5 times an hour. You don't need to rotate through all of them. Pick your favorites. Your body will tell you. Keep the ingredients on hand. Better yet, prep them in freezer bags or small jars. Label them hot flash night, crampy legs, stress brain, or even emergency chill. This way, at the end of a long day when you have zero decision-making power left, you can still take care of yourself without thinking twice. Keep your blender in plain sight. Seriously, if you have to unearth it from behind the air fryer and 4 lost Tupperware lids, it won't happen. Make it easy. Now let's talk timing. These smoothies work best when you drink them 45 to 60 minutes before bed. That gives your body time to absorb the nutrients and respond without overwhelming your digestion. And no, they won't keep you up like a meal would. In fact, for many women, these blends replace that late-night snack craving because your body's finally getting what it actually wants. Calm minerals, hydration support. Nutritionists still debate how much food before bed is ideal, but when it comes to functionally supportive ingredients like magnesium, tryptophan, adaptogens, and slow carbs, the research is pretty clear. These can help regulate hormones, improve sleep depth, and reduce inflammatory markers over time. And the unexpected benefit. When your sleep improves, everything else starts to shift, too. Your mood, your digestion, your ability to think clearly in the morning, your skin, even your cravings. This isn't just about getting through the night. It's about restoring your relationship with rest. So, how do you build it into your routine? Here's a simple pattern. While tidying the kitchen after dinner, prep your smoothie ingredients. Put the blender out. Choose your night theme based on how your body feels. After your shower blend, sip it slowly, maybe with a journal, or just your feet up and the lights low. Make it a mini ritual. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to happen often enough that your body starts associating the act of drinking it with the message, "It's safe to relax now." And on the nights you don't do it, no guilt. Just come back to it when you can. This isn't about control. It's about care. You've made it through this guide, and that tells me something. You're done pushing through sleepless nights and waking up feeling defeated before the day even begins. You're ready for something slower, something gentler, something that actually feels nourishing. So go back, revisit the recipes, tweak them, add cinnamon, try oat milk instead of almond, make them yours, and more importantly, let them support you. Because the truth is, your body isn't broken. It's just asking you to listen. And sometimes all it takes is a quiet kitchen, a blender, and a bedtime smoothie that loves you back. Sleep well. You've earned it.